Hello, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Now the mic should be working. It shows it's working. Thank you guys all so much for stopping by. As always, my name is Eli. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the day in which we do weekly lives. So if you want to check it out, make sure you stay up to date on all things Pokemon USA. I will post when I'm going live officially in the Discord. But outside of that, if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you haven't already done so, check the rest of the links in the description below as well if you want to be a part of the community in any other way. But let me give a couple of shout outs to those that are here right now. We got Mikkel Christensen, Ripper C, RD, Justin Durr, Hermit Man, Joker, Trinell, Catch 'em All, and Pokemon Trainer Mason. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. So let's have a fun one. Obviously, my video, as I anticipated, it had a very, how do I want to say this? It had a lot of positive feedback. People very much enjoyed the video that I posted the other day. However, did not get a lot of views. Shocker, because if there's anything I've learned, it's that it's the videos that you put in the most effort that do the worst, and the ones that you put in the least amount of effort do the best. So I just need to start pumping out just super crappy videos is what I've learned to get the most views and likes. No, I'm just kidding. Do you still have Patreon wholesale access? So right now, let me check the Patreon and see if we have any spots. Last time I checked, we were sold out. And that was, I think, yesterday I checked. We are sold out. Yep, we are still 100% sold out of the program. Or at least that's what it's telling me. So I would recommend checking. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I would recommend checking daily. We have on average about 2 to 3 people that leave the program a month. And so, and the spot, I think the longest time it's ever taken to fill up is 3 days. The average time, I would say, is about 1 day. So that's what I would recommend doing if I were you. Just check daily, because you never know. But it swoops up pretty fast. If you want, you can check every, couple days. But like I said, you never know. But there's opportunities for it to open. But yeah, anyway, let me give a couple shout outs to more people that just filtering in. Good to see you, Alex, Squid Booty, BC3, Package Total, and Hermit Man. All right. I think I already said Hermit Man, so shout out to him twice, I guess. Oh, first question of the day. Do you wipe with your left or your right? I wipe with my right. Wait. Hold on. Holy crap. Right. I think the answer is right. You almost kept yourself muted again for 30 minutes. Hey! No, I didn't. I muted myself for a little bit. You're never letting go of that moment. Just bought 20 Altarias last night to gamble after watching your video. Hey, people are part of the game. Well, here's my thing. And the reason why I'm showing you guys every step of the way is because I'm not going to send all of those cards in for grading. I'm going to send in the ones I think are worth grading. Because obviously when you think about the Altaria card, for example, the Altaria is a very, very cheap card. And do I want to take a risk if I notice a card looks like it's in not good condition of sending it in for a 10? No, of course not. Because I can just go resell it on TCG Player and like break even. Or maybe lose a couple of pennies. Like, it's not really something that concerns me the most on sending it in, because the risk to reward at that point is not worth it if I realize the card's not good. But hey, this will also be a good part of the process of experimenting, because I ordered multiple, so I will be able to go and dissect in the video. Do I look slanted, by the way? I just looked at my screen. I think I look a little slanted here. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. There we go. Much better, much less slanted. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna dissect and kind of see which ones look like they're worth sending in for grading or not. But yeah, it'll be more than likely a 3-part video. It'll be obviously the video I posted yesterday. It'll be the going through and checking the overall condition process. And then the third video will be the return. So that way you guys can literally go through step by step the process that I take to send in my card for grading, buy the card, and return, and we can see how I did. And this will be a really fun experiment. So I'm actually really excited about this. Obviously, you know, when you put in a ton of effort into videos like this, it does suck to see it not perform as well, but I'm not surprised at this point. I understand how the game is played. What are some good TCGs for collecting? Have you been looking into DBZ? Those are some gorgeous cards. Anyone collecting anything other than Pokemon? So right now, the biggest one I would say is Flesh and Blood, is what I personally have been looking into the most. Flesh and Blood, I absolutely love the art designs for it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous for a lot of the cards. And then for me also, and you know, maybe this is just because I have access to wholesale prices, but I've learned that it's extremely profitable to open. And it's like, what? That's pretty sick. And even if I didn't open it, also the margins for that right now compared to other product in Pokemon is gorgeous. So I've really been looking into that quite a bit. Let me pull up actually, just so I can give an example as to what I mean. Wait, I literally have TCG Player open here. What am I doing? So Outsiders is like a perfect example of that. So if you look at Outsiders and you look at a lot of the cards that you can pull, so in particular, you can pull on average, like when it comes to Majestics, I would say about 6 to 7 is usually the average you can pull in a booster box. People might think I'm smoking crack on that one, but 1 in 4 feels, at least from my personal experience, what it usually takes for me. You know, sometimes maybe more, sometimes maybe less. But one of these Majestics in particular, Codex of Frailty, goes for $48, which is absolutely insane. And then on top of that, you've got some other Majestics that you can also hit within the set, such as Premeditated, right? That goes for $26. So more or less the point that I'm kind of making with this is that when it comes to Majestic cards, if you're saying to yourself you're averaging, like, you know, we'll say 6, right? Some people get 5, some people get 7, whatever. If you're averaging, we'll say down the line 6, that's 1 in every 4 packs, a Majestic, and you can hit either the big boy or you can hit any of these other small ones accumulatively that kind of add up. The value you get from the box, even if you don't hit a legendary or a Marvel or a Fabled, is awesome. It's awesome. And to kind of put in perspective, I got really bad luck opening 4 cases of Fab. I opened 4 cases of Fab. I'm not even kidding you. And I hit 2 Fabled, but each Fabled was a Fabled was the rainbow version and not the cold foil version, so the value is only like 150 instead of 344. And I hit a lot more rainbows than I did cold foils. Like, my cold foil luck was not the best, but because I hit so many of the codexes and so many of the premeditateds, I did the math and it made it so that just purely off all of my general cold foil hits or better, I made like at minimum $100. Which you might say, okay, well, you're opening 4 cases and you only made $100. That's it. Okay, well, I only made $100 off of my main hits and my valuable Majestic cards. So for me, having Majestic cards that are like dirt cheap, and having all of my rares and my holo cards and my commons and uncommon cards not being valued into that, like, that right there is an additional at least $1,000 worth of value that I'm not equating into it. But that's because it takes a lot more time for me to sell that off, because there isn't really a system set up to mass sell bulk at this moment in time for Fab, which I would like to believe at some point Rokas are going to do that, or there's going to be a company that's eventually going to do that, because I think Fab is a really cool, I think it's a really cool alternative TCG to Pokemon. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on card sets outside of just Pokemon. But moving on to the next question, where am I? Ah, there I am. Tell us how to become rich, Eli. All right, so here's what you do to become rich. I've actually already told you this. How many times do I gotta tell you to rob a bank? Come on, let's be real here. Yeah, I'm trying this on my first batch. I hope it's profitable. I hate my job. Well, that's, hey, like I said, this is 1,000% experiment. If you want to play it with me, you can play it with me. But yeah, I mean, who knows, man? And we looked at the margins. It's not like I'm just shooting in the dark here. Like, I looked at the Mewtwo and I looked at the margins for these cards and I was like, dang, those are some good margins, right? So it's possible. I have $200 to spend. Best cards or cards to invest in right now for the price if I had to make my purchase today. Well, based on if you're trying to send it in for grading or not in for grading, my favorite of the three that I made like in yesterday's video was the Mewtwo. I absolutely loved the Mewtwo. I felt like the value that you could acquire off of that was really good. So I would say for me at least, trying to pick up one of those. I do like a lot of the price points for Crown Zenith right now. I honestly do. I was considering today myself picking up and grabbing the Master set because things are looking quite nice for such an amazing set. How/when do you factor in character Pokemon popularity in your picks? I don't really factor that in, honestly. Because although from a long-term perspective, okay, so that's a lie. I do factor that in. Let me put it for you this way. I look at the numbers first, and then I look at the character first. And then the character second. So if I look at the numbers for the Altaria, for example, right? Or for the Suicune, I say to myself, wow, these are crazy numbers. But if we're being honest, historically, Suicunes and Altarias are not cards that have performed extremely well in the same way as Charizards and Lugias, right? Mewtwo, on the other hand, is a completely different example because it's a Mewtwo. Mewtwo's perform really well. So, but I have to look at the numbers first because I can't just say, oh, well, this is an Altaria. There's no way this is realistic because that's not true. There's many instances in which cards have performed extremely well, regardless of popularity because of art design or many other multitude of reasons. Perfect example, Aerodactyl. I absolutely have no care for Aerodactyl as a Pokemon in general, but the overall art design of the alternate art from Lost Origin is gorgeous. I will not shut up about that artwork. It is by far my favorite artwork from any alternate art. I mean, I love the Moonbreon, don't get me wrong. It's definitely second to that, but Aerodactyl has my heart by far. I'm surprised I don't even own the card yet, honestly. I should at this point buy it in a 10. Do you think the trainer gallery of the Sword and Shield gen are going to do what Tag Team did near the end of Scarlet and Violet? Oh, it's totally possible. I can't say it's going to happen near the end of Sword and Shield generation, aka going into the end of the Scarlet and Violet generation, but I would be surprised if they didn't perform well, and that was something that Mason talked about when he was on the stream of the popularity and opportunity that character rares really could bring to the table. The majority of views come from, you guessed it, the majority. Unfortunately, the majority is more interested in clickbaity, entertainment-focused content. Keep it up, bro. Love you. I appreciate that. Well, I feel as if, and this is gonna sound really wrong, but at the same time, this is the reality of the situation. Most people don't like putting in the work. And if there's a video that I make that it requires people, what I've noticed, to put in the work, I see like the most complaints from that versus if it's like a mindless video where it's like top 5, pick this item, or you should avoid these items. Like if it's just directly telling someone this is something super simplistic that you don't have to put a lot of time and effort into, then people will tend to watch it. But if it's something that requires you to actually put in any sort of effort into, it tends to not do as well when it comes to my video like ratio or just general video ratio. So it's not trying to say people are lazy, but people are lazy. So maybe I am trying to say people are lazy. It's just, I mean, it's just the fact though, when it comes to my video, I mean, I see it with the analytics. So but that's one of the reasons why I feel like the investment bot's really good, because the investment bot tells you what to invest in, right? It's not like you have to do all this research, but even then some people are like, God, I have to send a card in for grading. Oh, that's so much effort, but I don't know how to grade cards. But you know, that's why I want to make it a mini series so that you can do everything along the way. I've been hearing people processing 40k commander decks for profit using distro and selling the singles. Is that something you can get into, or you know the opportunity? So my rep, I'm not even kidding you, he called me up and said, hey man, buy my 40k commander decks. I don't know, I know that you don't buy Magic the Gathering, but there is free profit to be made with these 40k commander decks. And I'm like, dude, I I have so much on my plate right now and so much liquidity tied up in Pokemon stuff. I would, but like I just can't right now. And I put it on the distro sheet, so if people want to purchase it, they can. But for myself, I just don't have time to just dump a bunch of liquidity in myself. And down the road, I really want to get super vested in Magic. Like, obviously, I'm very Pokemon geared and focused on the channel, and I'm going to continue being Pokemon focused and geared on the channel because I'm Pokemon USA. But behind the scenes, I definitely want to diversify into a lot of other card games because there is so much opportunity in Magic. I mean, the video that I discussed with you guys on the TCG Player Sellers channel on how one guy said specifically he doesn't buy bulk. He straight up just opens all of his bulk from Magic products. I mean, stuff like that is incredible to hear. And when I go and break down Flesh and Blood and I see that there's so much value to be had in Flesh and Blood, not only because of how amazing some of the card arts are, but also because the playability of some cards that are making it expensive, it is just awesome for me to see. And that's the biggest thing that Pokemon is missing, and I feel like that's a huge reason why there's maybe such an emphasis on playability with certain cards with the Pokemon Company, but they're going about it the wrong way. There's a reason why Pokemon is the cheapest of all the card games to create a deck, and I don't like that. People might say, wow, that's so elitist to say you wouldn't like that, but it's the exact opposite because it takes away value from opening, right? Of the 3 sets that I listed, Pokemon is the only one that isn't profitable when it comes to opening, right? You know how sick that would be to be profitable opening Pokemon cards like Magic and like Fab? And to be fair, this is coming from a wholesale perspective. This is not coming from like a market. But to be fair, also, there's a lot of opportunities for you to pick up wholesale product pricing, right? Like, it's not going to be like right in your face at all times, but there are those opportunities, you know? Pokey NE Pokemon says, sup, you love the channel. Hey, appreciate that. Making $100 to open and pay off distro, therefore increasing allotment and spending is a great W just for 4 cases. And that's exactly my point. And I've made this point as well to the wholesale channel quite a bit. Don't find all your value just in Pokemon, right? To give you a perfect perspective of this, and if you're in the wholesale program, how would you like to learn how to make your money back within one sale? So if we go look right now, an Outsider's booster case compared to a booster box, right? Depending upon how you want to calculate it. But let's say you want to just do a booster case because that's going to be the cheapest to ship. That's going for $293 right now, $294. If you do the math on that, that means you're going to be actually, would it make more sense to sell it off as an individual unit compared to a case? Well, I feel like selling the actual booster box off itself might actually make more sense. So the actual booster box is going for $87 a piece, right? So you times that by 4, that is selling for $348. Obviously you're going to have to incorporate fees, which is 0.85, and you're going to have to incorporate the cost of shipping with this, which that's going to be about, I want to say $8 per. So we're going to say minus 32. Divide this by 4. That's going to put you at around $66 in profit. If you were to just purely sell the box, right? If you were to just sell the box. So after 3 cases being sold on this, which the volume to sell this, I mean, this item, it's not like it sells like consistently multiple times every day, but there's still volume for this item being sold as well as with the cases. And this is just purely going off a TCG player. This is not talking going off market, right? But I guess the point that I'm trying to make with this is if you want to get value, you get over $100 in value just based off of buying a case of this compared to what the current market price is. And if you want to sell it off of market and just go the lazy route of selling it on TCG Player and not selling it on eBay or not selling it on Mercari or whatever, in about, depending upon how good you are at selling, within about 1 to 3 cases, you can make your money back. And the investment for this item is $240. Sure, you're going to probably have, ship and distro shipping fees, so it's closer to like $250, $255. But, I kind of digress with that. in more or less saying there's opportunities outside of Pokemon. And the example he gave with like the Warhammer Commander decks, I have had a couple of people that know literally nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! And nothing about Magic who have come to me, and I'm like, hey, you bought a crap ton of this Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't realize you were so much into Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're like, oh, I know nothing about Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! I just looked at the price, and then I looked up what it was selling for online, and I said, wow, I can make 2x my money, right? And this is just a simplistic example. There's way better examples that I'm probably not taking advantage of because I'm just so busy I don't take a second to look, right? And that's more or less the point that I'm trying to make with this, is there's always opportunities. You just have to be able to look past just Pokemon, and even then, within Pokemon, there are opportunities. I mean, you guys know my stance on the build and battle stadiums right now. I'm so sad I missed that GameStop opportunity, but you know, I kind of, once again, will digress with that. Eli, did you see the Target app, how they evolved today in some states? Wow, I did not see that. That is insane. What would your advice be for people outside the US, for example, in Europe, shipping over to PSA costs so much where it feels like it negates any benefits? Well, my old advice was graded gem, but graded gem got in a lot of trouble losing cards. So outside of that, I don't honestly know what to say, sadly. It's a completely different equation because I don't know what the middleman service market looks like over in the UK. It used to be a flourishing market until there was the whole scandal that happened. So it's just tough, man, and it sucks, and I wish I could help you more with that. I do apologize. I think Crown Zenith and Brilliant Stars are at a great price point to master set. I concur. I concur. Just lie, Eli, say it's so easy. Just get distro and start taking it out, right? Give an example of a put in the work video. I did live on purpose. My video I posted not too long ago. So my video that I made was called top 3 pickups to top 3 Pokemon pickups right now, and one of my pickups was the build and battle stadiums for Silver Tempest. And I talked about why I like the product so much and the price point in which I liked it at because of the breakdown value with a lot of the bulk. Same concept for the Lost Origin. Actually, with the way in which the market is shifting right now, it almost seems like Lost Origin might be getting better because apparently I'm single-handedly crashing the Corlia market. It's what people have been telling me. But I don't know if that's necessarily true because I feel like there's more people that have Corlias other than just me, right? But I don't know. Maybe I am. I mean... Sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah, prices for the Corlia are just, you know. But I'm not the only one. This guy is 418, okay? Like, people stop freaking listing it for lower. It's not my fault. Like, I would like to sell it for more, but if I'm not the lowest listed, then some other guy with 400 has it. So get out of here. Like, go buy Lost Origin instead. I'm just crashing the market because of my supply. I'm sorry, guys. Mason on YouTube was auto-hiding your messages. Think they're trying to silence you? Mason YouTube was auto-hiding your messages. Think they are trying to... Wait. Is Mason talking right now? And it's auto-hiding his messages? Wait, what? What's up, Collectible Accounting? What do you mean? Can you elaborate? To my knowledge, last time I discussed it with my rep Sergio, they seem to have quite a bit. Mindland by Pokemon, did you buy the Collector Magic Lord of the Rings? I did not because I was informed by my rep that more than likely each distro is only going to get a case or 2. So good luck being able to get some, is what my rep said. Which my storefront's gonna get it, but I won't. You might open up a tier for buying booster boxes, something like that. How would the program work? If my niche is selling graded cards, do you think I could profit off the program? So the main program that I'm interested in opening up right now, Amari, is the bulk for break. I made that announcement in the Discord. So the bulk for break program is more or less going to be a program for those that want access to wholesale prices on packs. And by wholesale prices, I mean the cheapest I can offer you the packs for at this moment in time, just whatever the straight cost is. And in exchange, you send me just the bulk. So you send me your commons, you send me your uncommons, and then you just get to keep all of your, hollows and reverse hollows and your, main hits that you get. So the concept is mainly supposed to be for streamers because streamers obviously do mass volume, but I am leaving it open to individuals that are not streamers that just open quite a bit. But the minimum requirement is going to be at least one flat rate box. So the flat rate box is roughly around 6,000 cards. So 6,000 divided by 8 is 750 packs. I think the cheapest price right now I have is around 290. So if you're spending a decent amount on packs a month, but if you're a breaker, then $2,000 is chump change, like for doing packs. But at the same exact time, if you're not, and maybe I'll reevaluate that. It just becomes extremely difficult because in my mind, I want to make it like only 10 people in the program to start. But if a case of, bulk is too much to ask for, then maybe I, make it to where I have 20 spots, but it's just so much to manage an additional, group of people because I already am trying to juggle 100 people in the current program. And although it wouldn't affect it in the same way, it would still obviously take up my time trying to manage that. Thoughts on Wise Schwartz? Don, I wish I could tell you, but I know literally nothing about Wise other than the fact that I know what Wise is, but I just don't really follow it. Yeah, you got me digging through all my bulk and digging and finding what's decent. Had no idea the reverse halls tend to go for more than the hollow counterpart. The grind has begun. Let's go, baby. Been buying all the Gengar cards on TCG cards for $350, grading the good ones and keeping ones to the long term. Also doing the same thing with the TG Snorlax. Right on. Yeah, crushing them, right? Chase them down? Seriously. My other big plan is buying as many of the Lost Origin pre-release Gengars I can at $2. I mean, they're gorgeous cards. They're sick cards. And Gengars do well long term. We've seen that. All those extras from GameStop stadiums crashing the Corellia market. Dude, I didn't even get any of these from GameStop. These are just what I've bought from my distro and broken it down. I looked up every pre-release card from previous era. Most over $10 now. People love Gengar and they love stamps. So true. Like stamps, it's the funniest thing. People always are like, oh, people hate stamps. That's not true. People hate crappy stamps. Perfect example is if you look in the EX era and you look at how stamped cards have performed, especially the ones that are with characters, they're starting to pop off and perform well. Like, I myself like stamped cards too. So yeah, it's just a missed opportunity. Hey, what's up, Collector J? I'm here, Gadget Express. Sorry I'm late. Well, thank you for stopping by, as always, good sir. What's up, FOMO? Good to see you as well. How's it going? Just, another day, just in the grind. Can you get over the bulk grind? Do you resell in lots? So, can you go over the bulk grind? Can you get over the bulk grind? Yeah, so the bulk grind for myself is pretty simple. For me, it's always different than what everyone else is doing. Everyone has their own specific method, right? My method is pretty simple. If it is under 5 cents, I don't want it. If it is over 5 cents, I list it. And if it is under 5 cents, I sell it in lots. And where do I sell it in lots? I have a connection with someone who buys Pokemon bulk lots quite frequently, and I'm one of his suppliers. So pretty simplistic, but I also have a Roka. So for me, I'm able to go through and sort in mass quantities because I am able to filter out and sift. Having a break for the bulk program is like opening a bar in front of an Alcoholics Anonymous. When trying to target a specific single position, do you recommend piecing together deals through collected purchases with the cards included, meaning you get 70% or less in pricing. If you're talking about buying singles for the cheap, yes, you can get such good value off of buying collections at a discounted rate. I've found multitudes of opportunities, whether it be through Mercari, whether it be through, Facebook Marketplace, whether it be through Craigslist, where people are just selling off their collections and they just want to move it and they just are willing to give a discounted rate off of market. Appreciate that, Trinell. I think the PC stamp promos for Paldea will do great. I concur. I mean, like I said, stamp promos will do well. Mason commented, and YouTube is auto hiding his messages. Is there a way that we can remove that? Why am I not seeing Mason's messages? I'm in the literal dashboard. Here, let me go to my settings and see if there's anything having to do with that. Community, standard moderators, hidden users. Is he a hidden user? Nope, he is not a hidden user. Weird. You know what is pretty nice though to say, and I'm totally gonna jinx this. You guys remember the last time we had a remember the last time that we had a bot spam the chat? It's been a while. Feels good. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, man. That's weird. Why is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's because I said I suck, so it's blocked. I insulted myself. Hey, well, there he is, baby. I was like, what the heck? Why is it? That's not right. I mean, let's say you're targeting the Altaria card. Should collections be focused? Should collections be the focus, or is it better to just buy in bulk through TCG? Oh, so yeah, I mean, for myself personally, since I'm going off of the value of the Altaria off of TCG pricing, for me personally at least, I am focused solely on TCG pricing, right? If you can get it for cheaper than TCG pricing, then by all means go somewhere else. But it's just so much easier to do it that way, unless you want to go on eBay and spend the time to go through and, you know, break down each card and see if it's really worth sending in for grading. But I don't know if the time to do that is worth it, because it's a lot easier for me to go buy 20 of the card and then filter out the ones that are in good condition, the ones that are in bad condition, and then just relist all the ones that are not in 10 condition and just call it a day. No self-hate, all love. Mason, be nice to Mason indeed. Tinfoil Mason versus Mason. Who's going to win? Oh, wow. I feel like I gotta give it up to Tinfoil Mason. That man seems crazy. That man seems like he's on a different level. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that, at least that's how I look at it, because if I'm doing all my calculations off a TCG player for a card that's that cheap, and maybe, you know, you say for Mewtwo's, for hiring cards, you change the dynamic, right? So you're able to buy 1,000 copies so you can filter faster. Exactly, especially when you're talking about cards that are that cheap, but you also can't flood the market too if you're buying that many quantities at a time. You have to slowly sell off that card. One of the things I've learned the most about individuals that sell their cards for less than what they would like, or their packs for less than they would like, is they always throw up bids of the items around the same time as a bunch of their other bids, rather than slowly sell it off, because they just want to sell it quick, but they want to try and make the most, but then it ends up being counterintuitive because they have like 5, for example, I won an auction for some Legendary Treasures packs, and the dude listed 5 of them all at once within the span of a minute thereafter one another, and they all sold for dirt cheap versus when you see just single auction listings of legendary treasures, they sell for much greater because you're diversifying the pool of individuals that are focusing on the auction, unless they're freaking crazy like myself, where I have 5 tabs open of each different auction and I'm bidding within the span of 10 seconds on each one of them. Because, you know, but just for the general people, they're just going to focus on one of the auctions, and it's going to split people up in that way. So yeah, it's a tricky game, man. You gotta be able to play it right. I can't believe the Charizard from the trainer gallery is lost in the horizon, is listed for around $5. I'm thinking about investigating on that. Yeah, let's actually take a look at that. Oh gosh dang it, I'm gonna have to go pull off the screen because it's gonna tell me I need to log in every single time. I always get logged out of Pokédata. All right, let's bring it back. Sets. Let's take a look at that card and see actually how it's doing in PSA value. That is a good question to ask ourselves. So it's going for 50 for $5. So the margin on this card is not terrible by any means, because you are paying $5 for it raw and your grading fee is 20 bucks. Granted, there's fees, there's shipping, and a lot of other things included. But if you do hit a 9 on this, it's not going to slaughter you like a lot of places. And your PSA 10 value is not even bad at all either. And this is a Charizard, a shiny Charizard we're talking. So there's definitely some opportunity for that, I would say. Say that man with 700. Can't go wrong with the Fire Lizard indeed. I found the same issue at times when listing multiple high dollar items, even if they're different SKUs. Yeah, just spread it out, man. Spread out those auctions. It's just the way that I like to go about doing it personally. Spread it around. I know that people, you know, always in a rush, but if you're trying to squeeze the most value, man, can't be upset about it. Break even on 9s and more than double if it's a 10. Decent opportunity. Well, yeah. I mean, more or less break even if you're talking about before shipping and fees, yeah. But shipping and fees are always going to play a factor. Because if you think about it, if you're going to try and sell this card off for a 9, you're paying $4 to ship it. And you're paying additional, you know, like $3. So you're losing about $7 per 9, right? Versus with this card, you're making about $20 per one of these that hits a 10. So the value's there. And I mean, the value proposition for this card too, long term, is what I like more. Like in the short term, it's a card that'll be fine, but for a Charizard that's shiny, I understand that it's an easy pull and it's a Radiant. I think that it could do really well long term. And what's great about cards like this too is if you're looking to play the long-term game, you don't have to grade them. You can follow the grading market. And that's what's fantastic about the flexibility of raw cards, is if I realistically wanted to, I could go say to myself, wow, the Radiant Charizard in a 10, it's only selling for 50. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, the raw is only selling for $5. That's also crazy. And you can go in and you can buy 100 of these, sit on 100 of those, and if the value of the card goes up, then you sell off the raw. If the value of the 10 goes up, you go send it in for grading, you sell the 10. Like, there's a game that you can play by sitting in a raw position that gives you a lot of flexibility versus going in and having the card purchased at a 10. Like, you can still say the 10 is undervalued and it can still do well over time, don't get me wrong, but if you're buying in such a mass amount of quantity that you're able to pick and choose cards that you're more than likely going to get a 10 on, not to mention too, the expectation for PSA to be at $15 right now and not drop, like, it's a pretty high standard, a pretty high expectation at this point that it's going to go down to 12 or 10. Like, it would surprise me otherwise. Eli, check the Soul Rock card from CZ PSA 10. I talked about it, FOMO, in yesterday's video. The Soul Rock just recently sold for like $89, and it's going for like $1, $2. Yeah, the Soul Rock value is slightly behind that of the Altaria. It's done extremely well. How much is it going for though? Actually, I lied. It's going for more slightly. Yeah, I mean, it's around the same value. My only thing with the Soul Rock, I mean, let's go back and look at the Altaria actually real quick here. Because I don't want to say my only thing and then just speak properly. I mean, yeah. No, it's also another good value. What's up, Pika Pika? Good to see you, brother. Radiant Zards are very easy to grade. That a whole other thing. Well, 15% roughly and 4 to 5 on each card. Value is really just the cost of goods sold based on the current most popular selling platforms and listing strats. Yeah. aka eBay seller's fees plus cost of offering for ship. Will Soul Rock sell? I mean, see, the reason why I actually picked Altaria over Soul Rock was because it had more active listings and it had more active sales. It wasn't by much, but it was the reason why I chose Altaria over Soul Rock. Because the Soul Rock card, I mean, in terms of its overall most recent sales, it's had 2 sales. One was for 47 and the other one was for 89. Which is not a lot. And granted, like I said before, the Altaria I think had like 5 or 6 sales, but it also had some sales that weren't listed yet on the chart for Pokédata, and you had to go on eBay and find the listed. How much does buying an ad on your channel cost? Collectible Accounting is wanting to do some some advertising. It's weird, man. Like, I've had actually multiple people reach out to me about having advertising. And I've considered advertising. It's not something that I'm necessarily against. I just don't know if I'm there yet to want to do that. Because, I don't know, man. Advertising, like, it's a tricky thing, right? It's one thing if you're saying to yourself, yeah, let me advertise because someone's reaching out to me and they're willing to throw an affiliation link or pay me flat rate or whatever it is, right? Like, it's one thing, but for me, I don't want ads to take away from the video. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one for me, really, to justify, if I'm being honest. Well, that's the thing, though, Hermit, is that I think I talked about this on my last live, but my cards from PSA, took about 2.5 months before they got their official grades, I think is what it was. And so I very much think that it shouldn't take that long for the cards to get returned. Let me see if I can go click my old order and I can tell you an exact date of when it was sent in. All right, so here's a perfect example. My first one arrived, so my last entry that I sent in, it arrived on 07/28, and it was entered into the database about half a month later. Like, it was entered fast. I mean, we're talking about from the 28th until 8/12. So it took very little time. And then from there, when it was entered, it took about 2 months thereafter for it to be graded. So, and that was for an entry of 92 cards. 92 cards, it took 2 months. So my most recent entry that I posted, it was entered into the database on 04/14. So it's been a little bit over a month. And it's about 1/4 of the cards I'm sending in, roughly. So if I'm being 100% honest, if it takes around the same amount of time it did last time, I predict it being entirely possible that it could realistically only take about another week or two before it's done. Like, I would like to believe that, but who knows? This will be a good check to see if grading times have gone up or if it matters if it's a 24 item card or not. But I doubt it. I would be surprised otherwise, but you know, who knows? I could be wrong. I'm thinking about getting cards graded for long term. I mean, like I said, if you buy raw, you can play the game of sitting on these raw cards until you feel like it's time to send it in for grading. Mewtwo Hollow from CZ is similar margins to the Radiant Charizard. Mewtwo Hollow? Mewtwo Hollow. I feel like I would be careful though about this card because because it is a hollow card and it is a specialty set, so hollows are much easier to pull. I prefer the Radiant Charizard because even though it is pretty still easy to pull, it's still technically considered more scarce. And on top of that too, I mean, it's a shiny Zard. Obviously, do what's best for you, but not having ads helps with the trust and confidence of your information, aka removes potential for conflict of interest. Well, that's another thing, Pika, is that it depends on what my it depends on what I'm advertising for. So I've had someone reach out to me for Pokemon crafts. I've had obviously collectible accounting, and I have discussed about doing stuff for him too. Yes, ironically enough, collectible accounting. I had someone else other than you reach out to me about crafts for ads. I've had someone reach out to me in regards to shipping shields. That's another one that I've had people reach out to me about. So the guy that does the shipping shields, he said he actually sent me a message about it a couple days ago. So as long as it's on brand, and to be fair, for the shipping shields, I did buy a lot of shipping shields from him, so I enjoy them. I enjoy the product, and he's not paying me to say that right now. And so don't buy some yet if I'm gonna add, because I'm gonna have to have an affiliation link if I'm gonna say this stuff about his product, right? But yeah, I mean, he literally he saw that I like branded them, and he was like, "Oh, Pokemon USA." I'm like, "Yeah, I do YouTube and blah blah blah." And then he was like, "Oh, I came across one of your videos and was wondering if you want to do affiliation links." And I was like, "Okay, what do I get?" I have absolutely no clue what I get out of it, but oh, okay. So Alan, it's actually gone down recently, but I mean, it's still a expensive card. It's still an expensive card. Here, let's go take a look at it. We're just gonna go best selling. So this used to be $11 or $12. It was 11 or 12. Ignore that. If we go near mint condition, it's selling for 10. So it's still incredible. But look at how many are listed. There's so few of this card listed. There is so few of this card listed. It's crazy. And then when you go to non-direct, then you're like, wow, that's a lot more. I don't understand like why direct people gotta always put lowest listed. It's so annoying. Low key, all sponsored videos are by Secret Labs. Dude, I have absolutely no clue who Secret Labs is. No clue that is. Joshua said, how's it going? I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope everyone's having a great day as well. It's freaking more than trainer gallery cards. It's because it's a great collectible, or it's a great competitive card. It's funny, I actually used this card in my deck a while ago before it was this expensive. Like I used to play with it in an electric deck. And then I started running Arceus's, and then I just didn't really use it anymore. But it's a great card because if you don't run V-Stars in your deck, it gives you the opportunity to run V-Stars. And it's also searchable as an item. So there's a lot of utility and versatility to the card itself in the competitive game, which is what makes it good. Oh my god, I'm so special. I thought Regielekis were from Evolving Skies. Regielekis are from Silver Tempest? Holy moly. I did not realize that. Wow, that is extremely disappointing to me. Because Regidrago is an alternate art card that they threw in this, but yet Regieleki is the one they gave a rainbow. That's so unfortunate. Wow, that is so dumb. What? Do they even have a Yeah, they have a Regidrago rainbow. Dang, that's upsetting. Oh, your chair says Secret Labs? Oh, you meant like the chair. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I got this as a gift from my fiance. So I am a huge Harry Potter fan. Here, I can actually show. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And so as a gift for Christmas, my fiance got me a Harry Potter chair. Boom. It's fancy. And then it's got, oh, sorry, I gotta move this out of the way. It's also got an encrusted backside of like the chair. So yeah, it was a gift, an expensive gift, nonetheless. Doing the Reggie's dirty? I mean, not really though. I'm bummed because it's a great card and I thought it was in Evolving, but I guess not. I guess it is not in Evolving. I guess I'm more disappointed that Regidrago is the one that got an alternate art, not Regieleki. Okay. So this is what my Pottermore account said. So you guys can freaking hate me all you want, but this is what my Pottermore account said. I am Gryffindor. I took like a 50 question quiz and that's what it put me in. Okay? That's what it put me in. So I'm gonna stay true to what it put me in. Okay? And for that reason, go frick yourself if you're a hater. No, I'm saying. Eli is a right. I don't know, man. It's a competitively viable card. It's upsetting because Regidrago is not a competitively viable card. I mean, look at this. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of those cards' energies attached to this Pokemon, this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This is a terrible card. Terrible card. But yeah, because like when the Hogwarts Legacy game came out, everyone was always talking about how if you pick Gryffindor, then you're just a freaking you're boring. You're just a freaking nerd that just follows the main storyline of the movies and the books, and it's like you're a cool kid if you got Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff and Slytherin. And I'm like, bro, I didn't choose this. This chose this. And unlike in the game, Pottermore did not let you choose the house you wanted to be in. It told me. So, and what's funny about that too is I feel like it's become so mainstream to hate on Gryffindor and be, if you're cool, if you're specifically in Slytherin or Ravenclaw, that it almost feels like it's now more mainstream to be in Ravenclaw or Slytherin. Hey, get out of here. I am not an NPC. Regidrago over Regieleki. I guess for me, I'm talking about that it's a more competitively viable card. So I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. It's not that I like one over the other. It's that this is a competitively viable card, and it would be nice to see that competitively viable card get an alternate art variation. I got some major Hufflepuff vibes. See, I feel like my runner-up would have been either, I think Ravenclaw would have honestly been the runner-up. I feel like in ranking it would have been Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff. Because I've taken the test before a second time and it said that I was Ravenclaw, but I can't find the test results for the second one. I can only find the test results for the first one. Dark Phantasma has a sick Pikachu and Snorlax. Why is the set so cheap? It's because the waifu is the only item in the set. Well, so once again, Mason was talking about this. We can go back and we can have a conversation about it since we're talking the English variation, Lost Origin, right? When it comes to a card like the Pikachu, it's around the same argument as the Charizard. Almost an exact similar argument. Because it's $5 to buy. It's $54.60 for a 10. It's almost $20 for the 9. Like, it's a very similar argument. And it looks as if the card has maybe found its bottom. Who knows? Ravenclaw for the dubs. But I'm like biting my tongue because I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. The urge to buy a bunch of $5 cards and just hold on to them long term and just see what they do for specific cards like this is so high, but I don't know how dumb that would be. Be like, I'm just gonna buy 100 of these. They're $5 a piece, whatever. What are your thoughts on the Japanese market? What are my thoughts on the Japanese market? Well, the Japanese market is going through an interesting time right now because they announced that Clayburst is going to be printed to demand. So I will be interested to see what's going to happen with Snow Hazard. And then obviously V-Star Universe recently just got a reprint too. So we're finally starting to see some supply being thrown into the Japanese market. Missed the convo about the Zard. What did you mean by that? I was talking about the Radiant Zard being a $5 card that it's a shiny Charizard, and sure, it's only $50 right now as a 10 and $5 as a raw, but that feels like it could long term do really well. If one does it, they all do. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, but that's the thing is being so heavily invested in one card to do well is a super high risk, super high reward proposition, specifically for like a Pikachu, right? But I mean, think about this, guys. This is a Reds Pikachu. Like, it's weird to say that out loud, but this is a Reds Pikachu. It is technically a Reds Pikachu because it has red in the background. And if we go look at the last Reds Pikachu card we had, it was from Cosmic Eclipse. And in particular, if we're talking singles, oh wow, I went high to low, but it doesn't look like I needed to. I mean, this is a card that does well. It's done good. So it's tough, man. it's tough to like not look at this card and say that you couldn't potentially see something similar happen to a card like this, because this is a pretty sick artwork. Or the sleeping Pikachu. Like, the art designs for the cards are cool. And sure, they're not alternate arts like the Arceus Dialga, but who freaking cares? This is not an alternate art, right? I'm curious if it'll tell me what the population report is for that card. Let's see if it has it listed. I mean, it's not a lot, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Eli, I fight the urge to buy those cards every day. Leave the UPC Charizard fee. I feel that. Yes, Alan, that is why. Eli's unlocked his investor arc. Right? His investor whale arc. There's something I was going to look up in particular, and I can't remember what it was. Whoa, what was it? I was about to look something up. Gosh dang it. What did it have to do with? I think I was going to look up the population. Oh, yeah. Speaking of cards, that's what I was going to look up. Charizard V. That's what I was going to look up. Remember this bad boy? I mean, how much is this card going for right now? It is wild to me to think how... I mean, alright, let's go to, let's go look this up. Is there a opportunity for me to just pick promo? Yeah. I mean, look at this card, guys. Let's look at the all-time chart, too. I mean, it's found its floor. And the single price for this, though? I mean... And I guess what's crazy about it, out of everything, is that I'm going to look at the pop report, because for some reason it's not telling me here, which is annoying. We're going to look up the pop report for this card. So I spelled champions wrong. Fantastic. Nope, don't search it yet. Let me spell it right. What number is this? 50? Guys, look at that. Like, look at the population for that card. In a 10 condition. $42,000 tens. 42,000. 42,000. 42,000. What in the world? 42,000. I keep seeing you're using the word floor for the most graded card of all time. Well, I say that I said that it appears as if it has found its floor because it has been about almost a full year now and it hasn't dropped in price. So I'm implying more or less that it may or may not have found the floor or the bottom that this card should be valued at. I'm curious to see what this is going for in a black label right now. I'm not even seeing it available for black label. Do I instead say black label, say Beckett 10 maybe? I spelled Beckett wrong. If I'm correct, it's with 2 T's. Am I spelling Beckett wrong? Should I just put BGS 10? Should probably put BGS. I mean, why is this still not showing up? BGS 10 is still not showing up for this card. Why? Am I dumb? Am I keyword searching this wrong? Okay, finally, it's searching up a BGS 10. Okay, so I mean, this card is selling for in just a standard 10, roughly around a 75 to 100 bucks. I want to find the black label sale though. Can I find black label? No, it's not popping up. If I just look up black label Charizard V, what pops up? Okay, the shiny Charizard V pops up. Here we go. Here's one. But we don't know what that's sold for. But it's listed at 1,000. Okay, here we go. Last sold March 23rd for $980.18. You want to talk about the real question? about what is real and what is not real. If I send this card in for grading and it hits a black label 10, that's the real question here. Because we know this card is worth absolute nothing as just a regular 10 and a regular 9. But for a standard BGS, it's going for at least 70 to 80. And if it's a black label selling most recently for a 10, obviously black labels are extremely difficult to hit. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we're not banking off of it, but I don't know. In what is the, I guess, mathematical equation of how much you need to hit? This also sold probably for around the same price if I were to guess. If you're paying basically $5 a card, plus I think BGS right now is a $15 grading fee, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you're doing 1,000 of it. Not including fees, you basically have to hit 1 in 50 to pay for the initial grading fee, and I mean after shipping and fees included, we can do this times 0.85 minus the initial investment of 20 minus the additional $5 to ship divided by 20. You're talking roughly around 41. So 1 in 41 is what you need to hit. Do you think in 41 sent in you can hit a 10? $18 with subs? Okay, so I lied. 820. So let's go back to it. 1,000 minus 18 minus 5. No. We have to do this calculation first. Minus 18 minus 5 minus 5 divided by $5 divided by the card, 18, 23. So you've got about a 1 in 36 chance. And this is calculated after shipping and fees. If you hit it within 1 in 36, then that one card pays for itself. And the last 2 listings and sales for this card were back at the end of March. So March 23rd and March 30th. Can I see, but which, yeah, that was March 2023. If I look up and see, and I mean, people are actively bidding for the regular 10. Buy 3, get 1 10% off. So this guy has multiple of them. Ooh, that must hurt the heart to sell it for that much. Huh. I don't know. Do the experiment. Here's the real question, right? Here's the real question, because now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of this all. Has this sold as a black label? Okay, this is not the one I was looking at. I was looking at this one. Let's find out. Has this sold as a black label? It hasn't, from what I am seeing. Oh, definitely. Probably go Sleepy P. That's the argument to be made, Mason, right? But the question is, Let's just look. Okay, it's not even popping up. Okay, here we go. Okay, but this is the Japanese version. Where's the English version? Where's the English version of the card? Why am I having a brain fart? So Pikachu TG05. So I'm gonna put in TG05 and this should pop up. There we go. Pop 1? Really? That was pop 1 at the time. It's probably not pop 1 anymore, but still. I mean, I'm looking up BGS for this card, and it's not even showing up. I gotta wonder what this would sell as a black label. I mean, there is literally no sales for this card seeing. I mean, what? Do we just send in these cards and the Shiny Charizard for black label subs? Like, just freaking send it? Sleepy Pika, but PK graded like 1,000,000 of them. The pop report for Sleepy Pika is all PK. Okay, but is that for PSA or is that for PGS? Mason talking so much smack. Do it, Eli. You guys are trying to guilt me into doing a test to see how much it would be worth it for me to send 100 of these in for grade. So Dark Phantasma is underrated then? Well, if it's PSA, man, BGS is a whole different animal. Because, like, literally, I just look up Black Label 10 Pokemon. I just look up Black Label 10 Pokemon, right? I mean, look at what these cards are selling for in Black Labels. Like, Black Label cards sell for so much money. I mean, dude, someone paid for a... Someone paid almost $500 for a Radiant Alakazam Black Label. Maybe I should look up English. This was May, guys. This was 2 days ago. This was 2 days ago, and this sold for $5,500. Like, what? This was 2 days ago. Is this the... This is the English, right? Who... Here's another one. It looks to be the same one, but relisted. Oh, that's a little sus, though. Or maybe the individual has two of them. Let's change the market. I said 100. You guys are crazy. But are you though? Like, I mean, BGS allows me to look up population reports, right? Okay, so the Pikachu TG05 has a grand total here it is. It has 2 black labels, 26 10s, or no, that's 9.5s. Wait, how many black labels does it have? It is 0. It has 0 black labels. It has 0. BC3 says, what about trying to black label the Japanese version? How much is the Japanese version going for? You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. It's in Dark Phantasma, right? Am I tripping balls? Oh, I clicked Paradigm Trigger. Whoopsie, I didn't click Dark Phantasma. Whoopsie, wrong set. Where's the Pikachu? Oh, there it is. What's the raw for the Japanese card? Selling for slightly more? I don't know, man. I feel like I'd go English on this one, but I don't know. But the thing is, you say that almost no one buys BGS anymore. But like, people obviously still buy BGS. Because look at the population sales for a lot of these cards. Like, people are still buying cards in PS or BGS 10 black labels. Like, they're selling. Literally yesterday, a freaking Radiant Alakazam sold. Unless you're saying that all of these are manipulated, which possible. Alright, we're taking a vote. Eli's buying 100 cards. Choose which one I buy. I mean, that's just a low pop. It's just a very, very low pop. I just send them all in. Give me the black label. I don't know. I don't know who's buying black labels, but people are. And what's crazy is I just typed in black label English. There's more black labels than the ones that are being listed that are being sold. How much is the investment on that? I mean, that's... If I were to send in 100 Pikachus for grading. Just send in 100 and hope for the best, or just buy 100. Okay, what? Okay, hold on one second. You got money, Eli. Stop acting like I'm rich. Got money, but not that much. Okay, so if I buy 100 of this card, how much does the price change? I mean, if I'm going to page 4, it starts going up to the 6. But if I'm on page 3, it's still 6. If I'm on page 2, it's... I mean, you're more or less paying 6. It's not exactly 5. I don't have FU type of money. Not yet. He's only a normie rich. The black label is a wedding topper. I mean, don't tell me someone doesn't look at this card and say, this is such a sexy card that he's like, it's not going to go up in value. Like, ain't no way people aren't going to look at this and be like, dang, dude, this is such a gorgeous card. It's a freaking Pikachu, and it's a black label card. I swear to God, you guys are going to guilt me into this. I already know what the answer is. I already know what this is gonna look like. That's so crazy. No, not 50 Pikas, 50 Radiants. We full send 50 Pika, or 100 Pikas. I mean, the Pika is such a sick card. You have to full send it. Just think of the video you can make. Make sure you don't buy PK's junk batch that he's already pre-graded. PK? So who's this PK guy you keep speaking of? You guys are gonna kill me into it right now, aren't you? Pokey Knowledge. Oh, Pokey Knowledge. Does he have a name on here that I can see? Well, I'm not seeing him so far. I'm trying to do something right here now, guys, because of you. You guys. Do I do it from any seller? I mean, it's so much cheaper. If I do any seller, it's 607. I love how if I do direct, it's literally more packages than if I didn't do direct. How does that make any sense? Look how many packages there are. Oh, look! 10% of people are saying no. Guys, but come on, guys. The numbers, they're changing. But this is still 52 packages. Look at the shipping total estimations. Why is shipping so expensive? You guys are ridiculous. I feel like I don't want to do any seller, but it's just so much more. But it's also like I'm playing a risk, but like see, and then it says go direct, but it's like literally there's no difference. I'm actually getting more packages. Like if I click, see, it says as few packages as possible. Card condition dull. I mean, this is all a scam. But it's only $1 more. Some items have been moved for save for later. How many? 9? Oh, what a sham. Are you guys buying this up? Support your smaller stores, don't do redirect. But that's not true though, because they take more of a percentage for all purchases under $3. I'm spending more than $3, so this actually supports them more. I would want to pick up 12 of these. So that would put me at 100, right? Some items have been moved for save for later again. Are you guys literally buying this as I'm doing this? Also, who's the Wasteland Gaming? What's 107 divided by 12? $8.91? That's expensive, guys. Frick these guys. Dude, it literally feels like that. Dude, I can't even buy any because you guys are literally buying this all up. Watch me just be like, just kidding, not gonna buy. I mean, I haven't technically. This is literally what I just did. Is there a way I can click clear all on my cart? Yeah, just click clear cart. Gosh dang it, do I really have to do this over again? I hate it though too, because it's literally like keeps changing it to light played or moderately played or better, and I'm like, can I just not? Can I just have all near mint, please? Oh my gosh. Literally, now look at the price difference. It just went up. You frickers! Stop buying this. You're making the price more expensive. You're defeating the purpose of this whole freaking experiment. Oh God. How much is tax gonna cost? That's the real question. $35 more? That's honestly not that bad. $50? Just buy 50? Has to be 100. I can't just do 50. I have to do 100. I will say it is extremely annoying how like there's quantities of like 66 of packages. Like these are all coming one package at a time. I'm literally going to get 66 envelopes. And I'm going to have to keep track of it too, because I have no clue who's going to scam me and who's not going to scam me. And by scam me, I mean like send it in versus not send it in. God, this is gonna be freaking. I am like so close to pulling the trigger, but then I also literally just spent like $450 on my last video. But it's like, God, you guys are guilt tripping the frick out of me on this one. Dude, it keeps dropping every time I click buy. Literally, I just tried clicking buy, and you guys just once again bought all of it out. You guys are raising the price so fast right now, and I'm not a fan. Alright, let me try this again. Try doing the command one more time. Optimize my cart. Gotta optimize it so it's in near min or better. Do I really care to buy a top-rated seller because it's so much more expensive? I feel like that would be so much more, but it would save me so much more stress. I mean, you're right. At worst, I can sell them. I'm just asking myself, like, do I get the safeguard of the 100% protection with the top-rated seller and consistent tracking? Like, I feel like I pay the premium for that, right? Just because it feels like it would just be so much more like it's such a higher premium, but also at the same time, it's kind of scary to think otherwise. I don't know. What do you guys think? If I'm going to do this, I need some sort of input. You guys will be worth $1 million. I don't know, man. It's too late to back out. Jesus loves me, guys. I can't believe I got peer pressured into doing this. Oh my god! Look at how many are left. I didn't realize that. I bought so many that it filled up that much of the page. Ain't no one sending this. Alright, guys. You have it here first. Buying the Pikachus. I ran up the price all the way to $8 now because of it too. So I hope you all are happy. Don't forget to record the whole process. Got him, idiot. This guy thought he could just buy. Did I buy out Cardinal? Probably. If he had some, then yeah. How much was it for 100 copies? So I couldn't get 100. I can only get 97, I think. And I made sure that I bought it from verified sellers. But just for the purpose of the video, should I just buy 3 more just to say that I bought 100? Is that what I should do? Just buy 3 more for the video. Alright, I'll buy 3 more just so I can say in the video that that's how many I got. All right, checking out. But all in all, now that I just bought the last 4, it cost me about $780 for 100. I want to say. Oh, dude, I did it. I just bought it for the thumbnail. 100%. I just bought a freaking 100 Sleepy Pikachus. I just dropped $800. What the frick am I doing with my life? Why? Why did I do this? I don't know. You guys peer pressure me into this. I hate all of you. Why do we only have 21 likes? What the frick? There's 31 people that voted on this, and we don't even have 31 likes? Can I get some love? Because this is hurting my bank account. I don't have this money. This is on a credit card. Oh my god, do it for the Sleepy Mew. Oh yeah, are we just going to go through and start buying Sleepy stuff now? There's not even 100 more to buy. I literally don't think I can physically buy 100 more. Where is the Sleepy Mew actually in price? We're not buying this. Frick you guys. We're buying the... We're buying... The Pikachu's already been bought. There's nothing else more that's happening. Sleepy Mew is such a gorgeous card. Why stop at 100, right? I guess we're doing a Sleepy buyout apparently. I mean, guys, you want to see how much is left? Look at this. Look at this on the trainer gallery. I mean, you guys. Oh, I must have passed it. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, this is what happened from the past day, or in the past couple of days, and it hasn't even recognized how many are available right now. So if I go verified sellers, guys, look at how many are left. This is verified sellers. There's one page of verified sellers left. So if you guys want to go buy this as a non-verified seller, you can. I mean, just look at I mean, there's not really that many. Like, I mean, honestly, why do stop at 100? Like, no, I'm just kidding. Kind of not. But the market value for the non-verified seller is around what looks to be $7. But for the verified seller, it's $8 to $9. I mean, frick, it's like a lot. It's like a lot. And this doesn't even have direct anymore. Gosh. Mason, Sleepy Mew would have been the better buy. Go frick yourself. He's trolling at this point. I'm actually curious what the Sleepy Mew is looking like in terms of it's like $5. What is this card selling for as a 10 anyway? $51, 22 for a 9. It's selling for so much more though. and going back to it, why does it not allow me to go back all the way to the Pikachu? And going back to it and looking at the Pikachu, how much is this going for in a 10 again comparatively? No, it's a cheaper buy for what you're getting. What a dumb thing I've done. What a dumb thing. My email is going to be flooded. And what's even worse is I'm going to have to send these all 100 in, and it's going to cost me $18 per to send in. So, like, I'm not done. I dropped $770. I'm going to be spending this much in this whole freaking science experiment because of you frickers. Oh, shut up, Negro. Oh, I bought one also. That means I'm dumb. No, you didn't buy 100. Go buy out the rest of the Pikachus. That's what y'all need to do right now. Go buy out the rest of them. Dumb, but possibly profitable, you know? I guess only time will tell. Hey, support the channel. Buy into my breaker. You know what? I'm going to shill now because of you guys. Because I need money, so I'm going to shill. That is my Shopify. That is not what I meant to click on. I meant to click on my Pokémon USA account. I'm going to shill now because I need money. So go buy into my break this Friday. You can get Supreme Victors for $120 or $80 a pack for Platinum Base, which is a really good deal. Or no, it's $75. You get $75 a piece. It's only $80 if you buy it raw, or the single. But if you buy a art set, you get it for $75 a piece. Arceus for $105. Rising Rivals for $105. Come on, get yourself a good deal. We're gonna do this break this Friday. Go buy some for me. See, this is my problem. This is what I did. You know what I did? I straight up bought 100 Sleepy Pikachus, and I didn't say I'll only do it if you guys go and buy my break. Instead, what did I do? I went and just am now saying, oh, please go support the break. I should have held that as leverage. I'm an idiot. Talk about bad marketing. What a freaking scrub play. Buy my platinum packs, please. Marking, manipulating, and then leads into shilling. I don't have... Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I've been going for now well over 2 hours. So, yeah, we did it. Please buy into my break. It's on this Friday. But yeah, I'm sad. I'm gonna refund everything now because frick all of you guys. I can't believe I just dropped $770 on Sleepy Pikachus. Why the frick did I do that? Oh yeah, thank you for that lesson. What an idiot. I should have leveraged it over my subscribers. Such a big mistake. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. But thank you guys all so much for watching by or stopping by. Don't forget to buy Pikachus up so we can raise the value. And yeah, don't forget to buy into the break. You can still ask all 39 of them for a refund. Yeah, that's right. Hey, can I get a refund, please? Refund all 39. I just go to my credit card company. Dude, someone just bought $800 in Pikachus. Wasn't me. Was not me. I don't know what's going on. I'm being scammed. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, I am not bald, but my hair looks like a mess right now, so. Alright, until then, I'll see you guys when I can financially recover, or Wednesday, I don't know, whichever day comes first, I guess, which is probably Wednesday, so.